Hi, Paul Hefty here with the Triangle O football system. You can see in the upper left a link to my website where I do free consulting and introduce you to the 5R system. What we're going to look at today is our now pocket pass, what I call Angel series. It's our quick pass core. Let's take a look. Okay, our Angel series is our quick pass game, serves as the foundation to our drop back pass system. We use Major League Baseball as a theme, and the way we keep this simple is we use one verbal call for all, angels, and then we give different hand signals for the different route tags. We use Half Slide Pocket Pass Pro as the foundation for all of our drop back game. What's neat about this is that your O-line, though, will pass set right on the line of scrimmage, not giving any ground, and will be very aggressive, hence angels being aggressive. You can see the different calls and schemes versus the different fronts, really simple and sound. Like I always say, it's not what you do, but how you do it, so teaching is critical. We like to use this drill 25 for 5 minutes every day with this core quick pass game. You can see here with the Angels pass, the drill 25 comes in where we have on the left 2 quarterbacks going with the 5 receivers. It is a split field concept, so you can have each quarterback going to their side, making their reads inside out or outside in. While that's going on, then on the right, our O-line with our running backs can be doing our aggressive Angels half slide pass pro. All right, the foundation to the Angels concept is an all looky, which is a great blitz beater. You can see with the signal, we're simply going to go ahead and take the peace sign circling inwards, directional. So if it's my right hand, that also tells us we're doing duo left formation. And then we're going to go Angels, Lisa with the protection also to the left. What happens here is we're using our Mickey middle read route that we use with our stretch and sweep RPO game. The inside receivers will run a hot slant, reading that inside backer. If he blitzes, they'll just take 2 steps and replace him. If he sits, then they'll go vertical to open grass. Quarterback is going to read this inside out, looking hot if he gets blitzed. But again, he's always got the Z or the X on a 4-step looky, which is a 4-step flatter slant on the outside in open space. The beauty of the Angel system is we're going to go ahead and use the same verbal, but we'll change to a 3x1 by doing the OK sign circling inward. Now again, it tells us we're trio left, but nothing changes for route rules for the receivers and the read sequence for the quarterback. Quarterback is still going to take best access. If he goes to the 3 receiver side, he's going to read the H or the slot receiver if we're 10 personnel hot first, reading that Mike blitz, to the A on the hot if the Sam blitzes, to the Z on the looky. If he feels he has best access to the single receiver side to the right with the X, then he's just going to pivot and throw that right on rhythm. We can also run this from empty, which we call our 50 set. Now we're going to go ahead and take those 5 fingers circling inside. Again, quarterback will pick best access. He can go to 3 receiver side, hot 1, 2, or he can go to the back and the X receiver side, looking 1 to the looky, 2 to the bubble. The general rule of thumb when we go empty with the Angel series is the back runs a bubble. Okay, our first variation is a swing tag. We're still going to use Angels as the verbal, but now we'll signal 5 fingers so we get Robo Pro to the right, and then we'll do our directional peace sign inward, getting us into a duo left. What happens here is the back will swing then to the H and the X side. Quarterback's going to read that Mike. If he feels the back gets outside leverage or he blitzes, we'll just throw that hot. If he doesn't feel he gains a leverage or he sits, then he's just going to come over to the left with the Z and the A going inside out again, 1, 2. Next variation is our all stop tag. I love this when you play against teams where the corners are off and then those hanging backers, or what we call Mr. Zeros, or in the run box. We simply do the tag signal of splitting top of the hand, means stop routes now for everyone, and then we do our directional peace sign inward for the Angels and duo left. Again, you can see quarterback still going to read inside out. Receivers now take off to the outside shoulder of the defender, 6 steps, then turn and trace back inside, down the stem, slide outside if they don't get the ball. This is the exception for the back. If we're in empty, he'll go ahead and run that same stop slide route. Quarterback pre-snap picks best access side, goes 1-2 inside out. All right, our next variation is an all takeoff tag. I like to use this versus corners that align inside, or we get a straight cover 0. What we're trying to do is exploit a mismatch with our Z and our X, our outside receivers, on the corners. Real simple, we'll give the tag of the fist stacked, and then we'll do our circling peace sign inwards for our Angels, Lisa, and duo set. Quarterback now is going to read this outside in, reading the corners, pre-snap picking best access or best matchup side he wants. When we go 3-by-1, the only adjustment is we use our 4 verts rule with our number 3 receiver, the H or the S here, doing what we call a 3-over-1 rule, meaning he's going to run an override over the backers and trying to get over back to that hash on the 1 receiver side. You can see the quarterback still will read this outside in, trying to look for that mismatch with the corners, then to the H or the A inside. Last variation is a slot fade tag. Now we want to use this versus press corners, but where we feel we have a mismatch with our inside receivers, our A or our H and S. Real simple here now, the signal is fists together with the knuckles facing each other, and then we're going to again use our peace sign circling inward for our duo left, Angels, Lisa. Quarterback now is going to read this high to low, looking for the mismatch with the A or the H running the fade. We're going to throw this to the still to their inside shoulder, but fade them towards the numbers. If the corners drop deep to help cover that, then we do what we call a lazy looky with our Z and our X. They're going to take a 4-step shake and then go ahead and run their looky inside. But again, lazy, so we're not throwing this into those Mr. Zeros. When we go 3-by-1, we simply use our 3-over-1 rule now with our H and S again. Still have the quarterback reading this high-low, pre-snap picking a side, best access, looking for the A on the fade to the numbers, or the H and S with the over route. Doesn't like it with corners dropping deep, then we go to the lazy lookies underneath. You can see now we've got a simple way to use the foundation of our quick pass game from our underneath levels all the way up to the varsity. And then we have different variations you can use week to week for your mismatches or the coverages you're going to see. Thanks.